Okay, at 444 in the Ultra League, this is the 10th match with Mega Froslass, and we're facing somebody who is very close in rank to us in the Ultra League, also making that final push to Master. Let's see what we get. Okay, and they are choosing to go first. And I start with the mulligan. Okay, Monkey Dory, Shaman. You know, Shaman's only in here to protect the bench, and I really have not run into that very much in these last ones, which is one of those things where if you don't need it, it feels like a wasted slot that could go elsewhere, but when you do need it, you are so thankful to have it. So Shaman would protect against things like Grimmsnarl, like Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, Torrential Pump, and Ensdar Manitan is back in the index. And my goodness, they got a really good setup there for their first turn. So let's go with the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Get my own bench going here. And Dark Energy there. And I don't like discarding my only energy, but I do think the item lock is good to have. We've seen that come in clutch so many times. And I'm just going to Itchy Pollen them because they've got 5 cards in hand. I don't know exactly what they are, and I didn't want to quite, you know, shuffle both of our hands back down, but oh man, okay, so they got Roserade, they got Gabite. Are you kidding me? Double Gabite. I should have Ionoed. And now they can Champion's Call. I should have paid more attention. But I don't think they grabbed any of those things last turn. I think they just literally started all of that in the hand. And because they have the Roserade in play, that gives 30 extra damage to all of their Cynthia's Pokemon. So that attack would not have been a knockout under normal circumstances, but now it is. And now I'm already down my Bidoof. And they've got double Champion's Call. So even now, they're going to be able to get all the things that they need with very minimal setup. That Champion's Call is kind of similar to Evolutionary Guidance, except for they don't need any energy to do it. And it only lets you search for Cynthia's Pokemon. Cynthia's Garchomp was pretty cool when it came out. Didn't do a whole lot. Got a lot better with Mega Evolution because now they can do things like Fighting Gong and Premium Power Pro, both of which do get locked with Item Lock, but I only had one turn of Item Lock and it didn't do anything. So Champion's Call for another Gabite. So triple Gabite in play. Triple Gabite, they're about to have probably triple Roserade, or at least double Roserade. That Cynthia's power weight is insane, gives any of Cynthia's Pokemon an extra 70 HP. So the 330 from Garchomp becomes 400, and that's a really hard number to hit. And this game has already gotten away from me. There's the third Roserade, so now all of their attacks are doing an extra 90 damage. Corkscrew Dive normally only does 100, now it's 190, and that is plenty to knock out just about everything I've got. And that also helps make them immune to Ino, essentially, because I'll shuffle their hand back down to their deck, but Corkscrew Dive lets them draw up to 6. And then factor in any prizes they take, they are back up to a full hand every turn. And they only need to do the Draconic Buster if they need to take out something big, and that also gets the plus 90. Really curious to see what would have happened if I had chosen to Ino first turn. So I did Bravery Charm on Monkey. I've got an energy here for Froslass, and that's only doing 200. It's not great. It's like, where do I even put this damage now? I only was able to get a single turn of Froslass freezing shroud damage, so they have a lot of abilities. That would have been good if I had multiple. And maybe I should have gone for a small Froslass here instead of the Mega, because now they can do, yeah, the Draconic Buster. 350. That's 3 prizes, and oh my gosh, they're down to just needing 1 prize already. This is insane. So that Cynthia's Garchomp goes hard. I don't even know what I can grab that would make a difference at this point. They only need 1 prize. I've got way too many left to grab. I mean, at least Blood Moon will get me something. So Blood Moon can take this knockout. Let's move some of this damage over first. Oh, I say some of this damage. The only damage counter I have remaining, because I wasn't able to build up enough. And I'm putting the monkey in play. Quadruple monkey. You don't see this too often, but it doesn't really matter. I'll put Blood Moon up. It can take the knockout. I'm going to bring him down to 1. So I'm hoping maybe down to 1 card they don't get what they need to immediately evolve and knock me out. TMD evolution. I mean, yeah, I can de-evolve all of their things, but it's not gonna do a ton because it's not there's not enough damage on the bench to knock anything out with the de-evolution. Otherwise, that would have been a really good strategy considering the amount of abilities in play. So, thing is, they only need... Well, they're going to be able to Champion's Call for themselves regardless. Question is, can they get the energy? If they get the energy, they win. Okay, they didn't get it. So now what I need to do... I'm going to go for the Tinglu here, because maybe if I do some damage to the bench, the de-evolution could still be an option. And I'm grabbing this Scoop Up Cyclone to get that Blood Moon out of there, because it can't attack twice in a row. Let's scoop it up. Let's do Tinglu. And I'm going to air balloon another monkey so that way I have a pivot. And then I may be able to just go back into the Blood Moon. Okay. 30 across the board on their side. Remove the Stadium. Oh, Hilda. Okay, well. Hilda was a good card for them. They find the evolution. They find the energy. And 190, that's going to be a knockout. Gosh, they just got set up and got going so fast. And that's not good against a deck like mine, which needs turns to build damage. So, good game. That was my worst loss so far, although only my second loss using this deck, so still not too bad. Hey folks, welcome back. Just wanted to give a quick update on the stats after 10 battles. This Mega Froslass has been going amazing. Out of 10 matches, I've got 8 wins, and twice I fought Donzard decks, and twice I beat them. I also faced a Festival Lead deck, which looks like it included Mega Charizard as well. Didn't get to see the Mega Charizard, but that was a weird one, although they conceded before they could bring out any of that. But yeah, so this has gone really, really well. So started with a 4-game win streak. Donzard, Mega Lucario. Then there was also a Shuppet Flittle deck, which didn't get started and conceded. There was a Mega Meganium deck, which also conceded, so I didn't show those to you guys. And then my first loss was against Mega Venusaur, which I think that I could have won if I had just made some different decisions. it came down to one prize, and they got it before I could. Mega Venusaur is a chunky boy to get through when that's what's staring you in the face. Followed that loss with 4 more wins, and one of which was a Mega Absol box. I never saw the Absol, but they had a lot of the things that Mega Absol has, like Munkidori, Latias, Pecharunt, Yveltal, but they never played a Mega. Either they were prized or they just never found them. They were literally item locked the entire game, but do really put in some work. And the reason I think it was the EUIC winning list is because they did have a Toadskull, which I also immediately took down. Then the Festival lead, like I mentioned, mostly Goldeen, Seaking, and Thwackey. And then they put the Charmanders in at the very end, but there was not enough time because I only needed one more prize, so they just conceded. Also faced a Goldango with the Mega Lopunny, so that was fun. They also conceded, but that was a tough one. I wasn't quite sure I'd be able to get that one. And then last win against a Donzard. But the last match of the 10 was actually a Cynthia's Garchomp, and I'd say that was the worst one for me. They got completely set up and I didn't get a chance to do much of anything. And then, you know, with Garchomp's Corkscrew Dive, INO really doesn't matter against that deck, so fair play to them. They did a great job. The deck was assembled well and they just really dominated. So that's the only match where I was just completely outclassed. But that's the stats after 10, 80% win rate with that deck, for a total of 52.5 after 40. So with this one, I was able to overcome back in the winning column, but just a little bit of time left before the reset. So I'm going to keep going with it and we'll see how far we can go.